Welcome to the Healing Tree Hub, Season 4. Today I have one of my favourite past guests, Jordie Janes. Jordie Janes is not just one of Australia's most incredible psychic mediums, but she's also a dear friend and teacher and student of mine. I cannot wait to introduce Jordie Jane. Jordie, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a while. We've been chatting just us without students as well.
We don't get
crazy.
to do this.
No, we don't.
We had to book a studio just to enjoy a conversation because, you know, this is how we roll.
Exactly. Yep, let's diarise this like a month ago. Yeah, sure, let's do this. So I
love it.
But thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. I had so much fun with you 2 years ago in season 2.
This is crazy.
And
congratulations, by the way.
thank you. This accidental podcast is really finding its way, isn't it?
Yeah,
which is hilarious.
which is good.
Thanks to great guest speakers like yourself.
Oh, thanks.
And that was the beginning of our friendship.
Yes,
Which
very
is
much so.
so cool.
Yeah. And it's funny because we've been in the similar circles, but we've never really connected. And then out of the blue that you asked me to be on that podcast. And it was really interesting because that year I had a couple of podcasts lined up and I've never really done a lot of that aspect. And now I'm looking at doing my own eventually. It's in the works, but yeah.
Yay, I can't wait to help you through that process.
Thank you.
Because I've learned all the things not to do.
Yeah, and that's why I have friends like you.
Just let me make way for all the mess that I cleared up.
Yeah. I've got a friend up in Canberra as well who's one of my besties, my long distance bestie, and she's the same. Like she'll do things and I'll go, oh, how did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah.
No, that's awesome. And in our first podcast episode, we spoke about what it's like to be a psychic medium.
Yeah.
And really, I asked lots of questions about getting into your brain, about what the experience was, because I was very curious. As a natural medium, I had no idea what was happening to me personally. So I really enjoyed hearing your perspective of what it's like. And you're such an incredible teacher.
Oh, thanks.
So I invited you into my studio to do the psychic mediumship development circle.
Yeah, and that all ended up from a night of me doing me stuff, which is meditation, because I don't do it normally on my own. So I thought I'll start doing meditation again for myself just to get myself back into that routine. And then that night we spent nearly 2 hours talking about mediumship, channeling and trance and all that sort of thing. And it was nuts. And that's when you go, would you like to do a development circle? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So, which has gone gangbusters. Like we've had to actually tell people, sorry, it's full because I can't do.
We have a
many
wait
people.
list.
Yeah.
And I've been vetting them for you.
You're like my bouncer. You're my security bouncer going, yeah, I don't think the energy is going to fit right. Oh, this one might. So, yeah, but thank you. And they're an amazing bunch, amazing group. Already seeing a lot of potential in regards to their own development, because development circles not about, like, I've always had that philosophy of not producing psychics or mediums. It's more about working on the development of who you are spiritually, soul-based, how you work with your own abilities, and then whether or not you do go into mediumship or you go into psychic or spiritual healer, there's an aspect there of no pressure.
Yeah.
But it's development is exactly what it is. It's development, learning the skills or the abilities that we all have and what are your natural tendencies to lean to rather than just producing psychics and mediums.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because because that takes a lot of pressure off. It's like, oh, I've got to go to development circle and learn to be a medium. Yeah and no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I sat in development circle for 4.5 years and I wasn't expecting, everyone goes, oh, you're going to be a teacher and you're going to be a medium. I'm like, you're so funny. And look who I am now.
And you never cease, and I'm not just saying this because you're my friend and you're on my podcast.
I'll pay you later.
Yeah, okay. But honestly, you blow my mind. And
thanks, honey.
from the moment I met you, And we know quite a few amazing mediums.
Oh, and the one good thing that I love is surrounding myself with really good mediums, really good friends in the industry, trusting. And it's not like every area of life, work-wise, this particular workspace, I don't like calling it an industry because really it's not. It's about the healing and it's about learning the aspects of grief and all that sort of thing. But there's certain ones out there where I just go, if I can't help you, then I'll send you to that person. So I've got a lot of good trusted healers, mediums, psychics in my little black book.
Oh, I know. And it's such an absolute pleasure being able to get to know you guys. And I've met Tonya through you as well. She's going to be on as well in a couple of months.
You'll absolutely have a blast with her. I love her.
Oh, and we had Lindsay a couple of months ago too, which was just such a blast, so much fun.
Yeah.
So we're becoming a little bit of a mediumship podcast by accident. No, it's going to be an all space open kind of podcast as we are. But what I love about you and what you do is that you help people so beautifully through their grief, and you bring a lightness. When spirit comes through, you bring this beautiful lightness to people, and you can see the healing taking place right there and then. I can feel it, I can see it. And recently, we did a platform mediumship at my property at Healing Tree Hub.
That was it was so interesting because I know over the years that I've done some platform work, and I've read been the medium for 130, 150 people, but then that's also the nice little groups that are just that. It's like a nice little comfy sort of family get together of spirit and holding space for the little facet of the grief of healing with mediumship, because I'm not going to cure grief. It doesn't work like that. It's more a case of giving people confidence in knowing that their loved ones are just a thought away. Literally that's what it is. We literally go into a daydream state.
Yeah.
So, but if I can have the environment of that aspect, I'm not afraid to do big events, but having the small groups is also really good.
Yeah.
It's lots of fun.
It was small, but it was so big as well.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like 1,000 people were in there.
Yeah.
It was only 50 or something altogether.
Yeah. But it just felt full. The energy in the room or in the space was full. It was palpable, and I feel, we're going to be doing more of them anyway, so I'm very excited.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. We just might have to extend going into a different space.
Yes.
Which will be really cool.
Absolutely. It was such a fun night, and it was hilarious. Some of the funny things were, I actually invited my mother, who's one of your students as well. Mm-hmm. Crazy cool psychic medium she is. Yeah. Now I know where it comes from. She's better than I am with mediumship. She's freaking next level.
It's like she accidentally tripped into it.
Yeah, it's like she suppressed it.
Yeah.
Because it would have been really handy back in the day when I was a kid
for
her to have this, but it wasn't time for her.
Yeah, and that's interesting because I grew up with my mum being a medium and doing spirit boards, and I call them spirit boards. I don't call them Ouija boards. I call them spirit boards because it's all about vocabulary. I remember there was a certain night where I woke up upright. But what was really interesting, medium, the word wasn't even said throughout my family. It wasn't even a word that was spoken, but yet we worked a lot or did a lot with the spirit aspect or energy aspect of things. And then reading some of on my mum's side of the family, there is I know my nan was, I know my great grandmother was, and my great aunt, which is my grandmother's sister. There's actually in her biography of some of her experiences.
Wow.
In teenage years, seeing spirit, fully fledged, seeing them apparitions. And I was like, and as I was reading it at Mum's place, I went, Mum, why wasn't this spoken about?
Would have been so helpful.
Yeah, because I was always told I was a medium. I'm like, what's a medium? Back 12, 15 years ago, I was like, what's a medium?
Yeah.
And then it all just eventuated that way. But I did have those experiences through I think I said this on the last podcast about the tree out the front of an old house I used to live in. And I literally used to be able to speak to this tree. So the tree's still there. It hasn't been cut down or anything. And I heard an old man's voice. Didn't even put two and two together until I started working in this. And I just went, and then seeing shadows and all that sort of thing, and just, it's been an interesting ride so far.
And it's so cool that you mentioned this, that you were able to speak to things that weren't traditionally known as mediumship.
Yeah.
Because it started very similar for myself. And I've shared this story a couple of times. Yeah. Every time I say it, I sound like a crazy person, but I am. So we're just going to roll with that anyway.
Well, not crazy. We're normal.
Yeah.
Everyone else is weird.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone's weird. I used to speak to, I could see spirit.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it's not like that anymore. It's more just the auras. Mm-hmm. But I was a lonely kid. We traveled around Australia and I used to speak to bugs.
Yeah.
Like insects.
Yeah.
Trees. In fact, anything I found a little bit intimidating, I would start to communicate in my mind telepathically, and they would answer back. Now, I just thought I was being a strange, weird kid, and so did my parents, but it's a thing. And now I'm hearing so many people in our community talk about how they communicate with not objects, but they're usually living things like plants, trees, elementals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. In our mediumship night.
Yes.
The crazy thing was I had my auntie Denise. I had Deborah, who's my mum, which you know, and myself. And I was the runner girl. I was on duty.
Yes.
I was making sure cameras were good, and also had the kids.
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
Something's come up.
Yeah.
No. What's going on?
Somewhat. I know there's a podcast. I might need to speak to someone who's actually outside the room. Later. Okay. So the part 2 of the podcast will be given to you later on. But there's someone here for someone outside. So
and it's definitely for the camera crew?
Yeah, definitely for them. So we might do something a little bit later. But yeah.
Well, is Spirit okay if we continue, or does he need to do it now, or they need to do it now?
No, I feel like it's just I think we might do it afterwards. So I'm apologising right now because I wasn't going to be turned on. That's really funny which is a really good teaching point.
It is. This is
we never
reality.
do unsolicited readings.
Yeah.
It's a really important, which is probably why he's also come in. It is a male, by the way. Come in because we need to ask permission first.
Yeah.
And speaking of that night, even though, and I'm sorry I cut you off just quickly with your...
this is important.
But everyone gives permission when they buy a ticket to go and see a medium.
Yeah.
It's still important for the medium to ask for permission to actually come to that person if they've got a loved one. So, and it's not to say that you've already bought the ticket, so you've given permission for it anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like I want to say, if someone comes to you in the supermarket or when you're out and about and they go, oh, I've got a message for you.
Yes.
You sort of go, well, hang on a second, I didn't give you permission to step into my energy.
Yeah.
And the fact that I've got this gentleman with me right now going, I'm here, and they won't believe that I'm here. It's just a fact that I've got to ask permission first. So I'll ask permission later. But that's a really good teaching tool.
Yeah, it is.
And which makes sense because I'm not really on, but I'm on. And I'm just like, that's why I was taking those deep breaths. So anyway,
do I just push through
let's
this?
go back to the aspect of the platform event, and we'll work out later.
Absolutely. If he's cool to wait, then we'll service him soon. Yeah. Oh God, that sounded bad, didn't it?
It's so funny. And this is why we say vocabulary is really important. Like, yeah. So welcome to the Saranisms and the Jordanisms.
It's a thing. It really is.
It is.
It really is.
Especially our students will go, there she goes.
Yeah, every time. So for those of you that don't know, Jordie attends my meditation classes and I attend her psychic mediumship development classes. So we get to really see each other's isms.
which is basically because we're actually working in what we call a passive state of mind, which is the delta and theta aspect of our work, of our mind. Technically, when our logic mind kicks in and we're still in that passive state, the words gel, like the words,
They mold.
like we're talking.
We had a visitor come through.
And a beautiful interruption.
Beautiful.
Because, remember they can hear you.
Absolutely. I can almost hear the of the energy already coming through.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But that's okay. There's probably going to be more visitors coming through because we're here together talking, so we don't really get to rest on this process. But what I was saying was my mum was in the platform mediumship. My auntie Denise was. And, of course, you didn't know this. We didn't tell you.
No. I was – when I was connecting with your auntie, I could hear – and obviously I'm not in that space of going, hang on, putting two to two together. But then when your mum was saying yes, I was like, what? Am I with the wrong person? Like it literally threw me. I thought I was with the wrong person when I was with your auntie. But then when they finally, you'll see it in the clip, when I finally realised that it was three of you and you weren't sitting together.
No, we were separate corners.
Literally. Like Denise was on my right, your mum was at the very back, and then you were on my left because you were taking video. And it was like literally I was playing a three-way conversation with the loved ones that were coming through.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was awesome because it kept me on my toes. And yeah.
My nana loved this stuff, right? And she comes through every time she can. Like, if she hasn't already, she'll be here. And she looks like the queen.
Yeah, because she presented she represented as a nan. But then it was actually your auntie and your mum's mum. Yeah. So it was so interesting because you can even see me using the nan word or nan rather than mum. So that there for me was like, oh, damn it, I should have said mum. But it all worked out anyway. So it worked out in the wash.
I was just giggling from afar because the things that you were reading for Denise were hitting home for me and mum.
Yes.
But she didn't know about. Oh, my God. And we were laughing our head off. So basically you were picking up on, the book thing that.
The study.
So there was Nana came in and she always comes in. She looks like the queen, but you said she looks like that other character that looks like the queen.
Oh, no, the Nana out of Sylvester.
She did.
Out of Sylvester and Tweety Bird, the old granny that was in,
She was the sweetest, most beautiful, elegant lady.
But she had a feisty.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't sweet and innocent. Your nan.
Oh, no. She was amazing. And I'm sure she had a lot of gifts that we didn't know about as well. And when she came through, she always pushes her way to the front with mediumship. She does, even when I'm at a mind, body, spirit, and I sit down for 3 seconds to rest my legs, she'll come up because there'll be someone on stage.
Right.
Always talking about how I'm not cooking enough and stuff. Anyway, beside the point. All of a sudden, you started talking about ships.
Oh, yes. Going on a cruise.
Yes.
Yes, because I saw a ship, like a liner.
Yeah. Yes. And the crazy thing is Denise, who you were reading for, went, I don't know anything about that. And I'm pissing myself laughing. Because that exact day, you can't read about this crap, right? That exact day, I finally had a conversation with my husband, Matt, about going on a cruise. He finally got convinced. After all these years, he was dead against going on a cruise. And for the first time ever that day, he'd made the decision that we were going to go on a family cruise.
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, really? You don't, and we said this in the first podcast, you don't read about this. And then the other one, oh my God, you were reading for.
Yes.
And oh my God, the information you got for that was mind blowing. You turned around and one of her fun friends came through and they were talking about pina coladas.
Would you understand the song Pina Colada?
Yeah.
Because she's making me, I'm on the beach with a pina colada.
It was crazy how I got that.
Oh, right. And you turned around, just like a last minute little thing that you said, and you were like, by the way, she likes your hair. That week, Denise, who was sitting across, had just restyled her hair.
Oh, that was just like everyone started, like your auntie started pissing herself laughing. And I was like, what's going on? didn't even realize that Denise was her hairdresser. Like that I obviously I don't know, and I try not. I don't actually are in the space where everyone's gathering and listening, because that's not what I do. I don't even have time to scratch my butt, let alone social stalk people. I just went, hold on a second, didn't even realize you both knew each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for this lady to bring through her hair, like that was just like.
It was them bringing everyone together.
Yeah.
Spirit was working the room.
And it also gives you an understanding that they're actually around you even before you go and see a medium or going to a platform event. They will pick up on certain conversations or certain things that you've done before you go, because it gives proof of what we endeavour to do as evidential mediums, which is evidential is actually giving you information that you can validate, that you can understand and see. So for having that validation of evidence that there's still proof of life after passing, that's an important thing, because we don't just go into the ether and that's it.
Yeah.
Like they've got their own lives.
Yeah.
Some of them come back and they're in their prime.
Yeah.
So they may have passed at 90, but yet they present in their like at the start of the reading, so you can validate who it is.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, oh, and this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So they're back in their like 40s and 50s.
Wow.
Being quite like in their heyday. So it's just to have that was just, didn't even know you guys knew each other, which is crazy.
Another one of my favorites was the gentleman that you got me to pick someone in the audience.
Just wherever you're drawn, and give the mic to the person, because I'm going to work a different way.
In smaller groups, I have got that ability of being able to go, okay, so the mic runner can go and choose energetically where they're drawn to.
Way to put yourself on the spot.
It is, but it's not about me.
I know, but
I've got to try. I just trust.
You're really trusting that
I
Spirit's
just
going to come
trust.
through on that.
And it's interesting because if it's not the person that they ask for, it's normally someone else that's actually quite dominant that needs that, like they need to hear a message from that person.
Yeah.
But I would say 95% of the time, it is a person that they ask for.
And that one was one of my favorites, because you cannot fake this stuff. It's information that you can't Google. There's no way that you could bullshit this stuff. Let's be real.
And that sort of gives you an understanding of, I gave you permission to find someone that we both didn't even know where you were going.
Yeah.
So,
and I knew exactly where I needed to go. It was this beautiful gentleman, and it's almost like I got pushed towards, which it is what it is. And then all of a sudden, the hit that you got, the message that you got was so profound. You were talking about that he creates a particular drink, and you're like, it's ouzo. Grappa. Thank you.
You have to be right.
Yes, because if you said ouzo, it would have been wrong. But you said grappa.
Yep.
And then he was like, yeah. Oh my, he was just as shocked as everyone else. And he does make grappa. And then you were like, but it's not just normal grappa. You put something sweet in it.
Would I be correct in saying he loved doing like cooking, or he loved making things? Does that make sense? Yeah. Because he's actually showing me grappa. Does that make sense?
Spot on.
Yeah, because and I know that stuff can either be really good or rocket fuel. And he does it really well. Yeah. Yeah, he puts it's like, I want to say, he puts something in it that's sweet. Yeah. So it actually is a lot smoother than rocket fuel.
What the?
Yeah, because grappa can either be rocket fuel, which I've had, or it's like say people do gin and they do certain herbs in the gin to make it taste a little bit different. Well, same with grappa. Your grappa, you can do the same thing. Like any alcoholic drink that's made, you can do it so it sweetens and it had a really nice aftertaste.
Ah, so you got to taste it.
So I could taste it.
Oh, cool. That's
so cool. Because I could taste it. It was really smooth. And it's like having a really good scotch. You can taste it's a really good scotch.
Oh, it's nice when they give you something. Yeah. In the car, I didn't get to tell you, but a new ability's come through thanks to your development circle that I've just made my way in, even though I'm hosting it. I'm a student too.
Yeah.
And a new ability's come through that I didn't get a chance to tell you. I'm tasting people's energy.
Oh, wow.
It's not always great though.
No. No, it can be special.
I'm like, oh, this is a really interesting one. I was saying to a mutual friend of ours, Michelle, where I've had certain, like the warm, you know when you have hot lemon and it's bitter? Like I've been having that kind of aftertaste with certain personalities that are in the same space of life.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, it's incredible. Anyway, that was a side note.
Yeah.
Going back to your night, right?
Yes.
There was another really interesting one that we haven't had a chance to talk about
No.
that I couldn't wait to share with you.
Okay, you put me on the spot now.
I know, it was super cool because I wanted to see your face when I shared this with you on screen. So you had a hit. You had a beautiful spirit come through, a young man. He was around 20-ish.
Yes.
And you went to two people in the audience that happened to be long-term clients of mine.
Yes.
That I've been working with really closely with through their own journey. And interestingly enough, this gentleman, for some reason, keeps coming up in one of those people's healings.
Right.
And he keeps visiting over and over again, every single time.
Right.
And he's like a cousin, so it's
Yes.
not like immediate family.
Yes.
But this particular young man plays with the lights in our
Right.
studio. So as I'm talking and communicating with him, the lights are flashing on and off, on and off, on and off. And
Yes.
he died in a motorbike accident.
Yes.
Is this
that's the one I
ringing
was
bells now?
connecting. Yeah. that's
Share what
the-
came up for you on that one.
So that was really interesting because the aspect of, and I'm getting more definition now, like more specific. I do, it's like Paschetti. Specific is quite funny. I get really information and really clear, vivid pictures. And because the lady that I connected with this like this gentleman that passed away in a motorcycle accident, we talked after the dem as well. But I talked about a red Honda, like a Honda.
And there's something about a old red Honda or old red, yeah. So, because I just see the Honda. So, because I feel like it's an old Honda. He just goes, I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
It was just a freak of whatever it was. Okay. And would you also understand that he's always remembered because he's wanting to make reference to no one fucking forgets. Thank you. And I know that he's got a really good sense of humour. He was a bit of, he's definitely a brat. I feel like if something went wrong, all fingers pointed at him.
Yeah.
Even though he played innocent. He loved the fact that there was so many people at his funeral.
Yeah.
And he goes, I knew I was popular, but I didn't know how popular I was. Like, he's really cheeky.
I try and open my mind and my filing system to a lot of different aspects. That's why I knew about the pubs and everything with her friend.
yes.
Right? So, or auntie. But it was really interesting when I was talking about this gentleman with the Honda and her actual son rides a motorcycle.
Correct.
But it was actually the fact that she's moving. Oh, I'm going to out her now, so it's going to be.
So we've got permission.
That's all
They've
right.
all
cool.
signed their docs.
Because they all
Everyone
knew.
yeah.
They all knew when they walked in that they were actually going to be recorded for a podcast.
So
It's really
everyone's
good.
given us permission to discuss. Which is
So
good.
she actually said that she's the one that's moving the keys as much as he's moving the keys because she doesn't want her son riding the motorbike.
Right.
So that was one little tip.
We are outing her.
But yeah, to a point. But I don't feel like it's just the actual motorcycle keys. I feel like it's the keys in general.
Wow.
And I don't feel like it's just her family.
Yeah.
So, but just having that and knowing, but I can go into a point where I can describe certain aspects of accidents or certain points of view in regards to what actually happened. And sometimes it's not really needed, but then there's some times where they need closure as well about
absolutely.
what's actually happened with the accident and things like that. But yeah, he was fun. He was a cool dude, that guy.
It was so interesting because you actually brought up that he's playing with lights.
Yeah.
He's moving keys. Now, I knew from the perspective of the client meeting
Yeah.
that's been happening. So I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you for the first time now, which is so much fun.
That's just nuts. I know. And it's funny because they will manipulate, they will play. Obviously, people have seen the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, how they can move a 20-cent piece up the wall and everything or up the door. So nothing cannot be done.
Yeah.
They will do things in a way that really either kick you up the butt, their awareness in your face. It's phenomenal what the spirit world can do. Like,
I
it's
told you what
nuts.
happened last week, didn't I? Oh my God, I got my ass kicked by spirit in the most beautiful, funny way.
Right.
So I was being a really cheeky daughter, and my mum gets a little bit creeped out. Even though she's this beautiful psychic medium, she gets a little creeped out when she knows spirits around. Too many horror movies. That's what it is. She's programmed herself that way, unfortunately. And of course, I'm just like, yeah, the spirit's just part of our life now. We're just going to roll with that. Anyway, so she's in my studio and I turn the lights off. Oh, don't turn the lights off. There's spirit in here. Don't turn the lights off. I'm creeped out. So I may have been a little bit naughty and I was like, Deborah. And she's like, stop it. She's freaking out, trying to open the door. I know, I'm so mean. I know. Anyway, it was too much fun. I am pissing myself laughing. She shuts the door on me, leaves me in the dark room, and I'm like, I don't care. I hang out with spirit all the time. As I said that, the radio turned on by itself, full blast. I love that. And I'm like, Mum, open the door, Mum. So they got me.
Yeah.
They got me.
They beat you in the butt.
Yeah, but I did think that was quite funny, and I did deserve it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they do muck around, don't they?
Yeah. And it was interesting too. We'll just go back to the gentleman with the grappa with his grandfather.
Yeah.
I did mention a wallet or something else. I think it was the wallet and something else I mentioned.
Don't tell me what it is, because he's showing me either a pocket watch or a watch and a wallet or some sort of reference to something that it would have been his that you have. Okay, be mindful of that because it might come to you. But I do feel like he wants to give me something to give to you. I'm also seeing a wallet or something that has money in it. He has a beautiful relationship with money because I don't feel like money was everything for him.
He said no. And then a week later, because his partner sits in circle, she saw me last week and actually said the wallet was actually from his grandfather and he had no idea it was. He actually had to ring his father.
Wow.
And his father said, no, that's my dad's wallet. And that's the grandfather that came through for him. So that was just like, so for that validation, that was just, yeah.
Do you want more validation?
Okay.
My nana,
Yes.
you said to Denise that it was like this, you could taste lemon, almost like a lemon meringue or lemon something.
Yes,
lemon
it was a
baked.
lemon meringue
And she was
pie.
like, no, that's not right. It's always apple pies with my nana. And I was like, actually, I wanted to put my hand up, but it wasn't about me that night.
Of course not.
I was runner girl. But there was a thing with me and Nana, like we all loved her apple pies. She used to make these little mini apple pies.
Yes.
But occasionally she would make these lemon things that
Right.
looked like the apple pies. And we were always disappointed because we wanted the apple pies. So I think it was her tongue-in-cheek way of saying.
Yes. Well, that would make sense because
Yeah.
in my vocabulary, I would see a lemon meringue pie
Yeah.
because it's a lemon pie.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that's where we sort of go. It's not a stretch to a point because I did see it and I could taste it.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like going, well, sometimes things can't be as exact, but then there's things where you just go, how did I get that?
Yeah. Just because she's
So-
famous for apple pies doesn't mean that's what it was about. The lemon pies were always a disappointment because we wanted
Now, if I went into that a little bit more, I would have gone,
Yeah.
why are you showing me that?
Isn't it interesting?
So, because we always need to let the spirit, the loved one, lead us rather than we lead them
Yeah.
with the information. Because if we lead them, then we can lead them down the garden path and we get into our logical mind
Yeah.
with it. So,
Which must be, I know me as a baby medium, I call myself a baby medium because I'm still.
fledgling.
Fledgling, is that
Fledgling.
Fledgling, okay. Finally starting to learn more about these gifts that I was born with and try to work with them. And I've learned so much from you. Oh my God, it's been so amazing because when I came to you, I said, yes, I can see spirit, but I'm trying to put the charades game together. Like half the time.
Which it is actually a charades game. We are playing charades with the spirit world.
Yeah.
So they're going, 2 words, first word. It literally,
Here's a
and
picture in your head.
I've literally had spirit going, oh, this is like charades. And I'm like, it's classic charades, because we are looking at movie clips of their mind, of their memories, of the energy, the personality coming through. So they will throw us snippets, either voice, we could feel. So predominantly I was clairvoyant, but now I'm clairaudient, clairvoyant. I'm also clairsentient back in the day. All my clairs are working now. So claircognizance, clair taste, gustiance, and clair olifants, which is, I'll probably pronounce that wrong.
Pronounce it wrong. I call it clair alliance, and it's stuck with me now. So we're just rolling with that one too.
Or olifants, which is basically, it's actually French. So long story short, a lot of spiritual terminology came from the French. If you look at history of spiritualism, it didn't actually start in the UK, it started in America. I do go and work in spiritualist churches and spiritualist associations. So the philosophy is quite strong. It's a beautiful philosophy, but it's also up to interpretation.
Yeah.
So it's really important to have a very open mind. And the one thing about working with spirit and being a medium is you can't close your mind off to stuff, because if you do, you won't get the what we call the gold or the nuggets.
Yes.
So blew me away. Like if you blow the medium away, it's a good sign.
What about the one where you said, I see a child putting a knife?
Oh, I was outing her.
Oh my God, we've got to show the clip for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say exactly what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a child putting a knife in a light socket. But would you understand a story around that as young children?
Yep.
Thank you. I feel like it's a story, memory, and was it her? It was you.
She's just sitting there with her mouth like this. How? So to give you some contents. So you saw a child putting a knife in the power outlet, and I could see your face. You're like, how am I going to say this? This is going to freak people out.
Yeah, and it was actually her sister that came. It was her sister, wasn't it?
No, yeah, she turned around. Her sister next to her went, that was me.
Because I think I was connecting to her sister, who I was connecting with. And her sister was outing the sister that was in the audience.
Yes.
Putting the knife. And I said, because you just don't learn, do you? Oh, mate. And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, thank God she said that. Because I was like, oh, my God, I'm outing. And that's the thing when you're working and going to a platform event, as much as we keep it, because it's in a public forum, we try and keep it as not PC, I won't say that, but we don't intentionally go and out people with their dirty laundry. It's the spirit person that does it, the loved one that does it, because they just like to rib you or do something. So we always have that disclaimer of, remember, I'm the channel. I'm the conduit.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Yep.
Do not shoot the messenger, because we're just the conduit. And I'm actually seeing a friend of mine not this Monday, next Monday. I'm very excited, and we used to train together, and he is going great guns.
What's his name?
Sean Collins.
Hey, Sean Collins. We'll see you guys soon, huh?
Yeah. And he's just written a book, and he's just the most adorable man. So, yeah, anyway.
Amazing.
I'm looking forward to seeing him
do
his work, do his stuff, because he's phenomenal. Anyway, but that night, it blew me away.
Something I wanted to ask you about, which was really interesting to me watching you work. At one stage, a spirit came through, and she was using your experiences and personality to show you the message. Do you remember that? And you were like, I love it when spirit does this, because they use my
pub and nightclub.
Can you share a bit of information about that?
I used to work in nightclubs, and it's funny because this actually came up last night, which was hilarious, because I did a spiritualist church up at Wangaratta last night. But yeah, this lady showed me nightclubs and pubs and enjoying the social atmosphere of it. And I used to work in a nightclub in King Street behind the bar, not that type of nightclub. As I said, on the night, I actually worked at the Kilkenny, which is no longer.
Oh.
And I actually, long story short, met my husband there. But I used to work behind the bar and used to watch all the live bands and all that sort of stuff for free. But she was actually showing me my previous life before I met my husband.
Wow.
But it was just an interesting thing because her whole energy was me to a point at that time in my life. So, yeah, she was like a dancer. She didn't drink a lot. And, she did drink a bit because she showed pina coladas at the end, which was so funny. Because I heard the pina colada song, which was hilarious. But, so that's what they do. They use our vocabulary, our filing system, our life experiences to get the message across. Like, it doesn't happen all the time, but this lady was like a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
If I met her in my 20s, like early 20s, we would have been like, I was literally, I think I'm going to out myself here. I was working in nightclubs, but then I'd also go out nightclubbing. So I technically only had Monday, Tuesday nights off.
The good old days.
The good old days. Yeah. So, but they use our experiences, our awareness. So for me, I literally every experience or life experience I have, I try and log it.
Wow.
In a filing system, in a vocabulary, in a library.
Yeah.
So then they can just pull it and go this, which is the other thing too, just quickly with when I'm working as a medium, not all mediums will connect to loved ones if our personalities don't gel. So if there's a loved one that you want to connect with, but their personality may not work with my personality, or I might not have life experience that I can explain, they might be needing to go to a different medium to connect with that loved one because I'm not that medium for everyone, or not that healer for everyone, or not that psychic for everyone. So in that sense, that whoever I bring through, yes, most of the time that I do, especially platform events, I set the intent for if you don't get the message or I don't come to you or a loved one doesn't come through, there's still a message in the construct of that loved one's message that you may not get, but they do, but you'll get it intertwining. It's like layered.
Yeah, I've noticed that does happen.
So, but I'm not the medium for everyone, and I get that, and that's the most important thing. The biggest thing is just a note that if you ever want to go and see a medium, look at their work, see how they work. If they've got Instagram, Facebook, look at how they deliver, what they deliver, and the biggest thing is sometimes it might not be mediumship that they're working with, it might be psychic.
Yeah, this is important. Because something you taught me was that everybody can have access to being able to open up their psychic abilities, but not everyone can be mediums.
Yes. So this sort of gripped me a little bit when I first started because there's a saying that all mediums can be psychic. All mediums can be psychic, but not all psychics can be mediums.
Yes.
So mediumship is all about the loved one's memory of the person you're reading for. Psychic is all about the person that you're reading for's memories of the loved one. So unless you know where you're getting the information from, you won't know if it's psychic or mediumship. Right. So that's where the training comes in.
Yeah, absolutely.
To give you a bit of an understanding. Because, yes, I might say there's a memory that I'm seeing you playing with a dog, but I might be looking through the person sitting in front of me, her or their eyes, not the loved one's eyes.
Yes.
So it's the spirit eyes that we've got to look through, not the loved one sitting in front of us, which is psychic.
Yeah.
Anything that I get from beside me or behind me that I know there's a loved one in spirit, that's basically mediumship. If you know the difference and you understand the difference, that's why a lot of psychics think they're mediums, but they're actually reading the memories of the loved one sitting in front of them, not the actual loved one that's passed.
It was a game changer for me to really understand where things are coming from.
Yeah. And that's the important thing. If you know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But everyone's got the ability to connect with loved ones. You'll see babies looking in the corner.
Yes.
We all come in with a phone connected to the spirit world.
Yeah.
And it's just an important thing that it doesn't mean that you have to train to be a medium, but you can use it in everyday life. Like, as I said, as I teach, I don't teach manufacture mediums or psychics. I just teach in development where people need to be.
Yep, absolutely. Well, speaking of that, we've run out of time. Otherwise, I would love to be here for longer. So I want to really give our audience an opportunity to find more information about you.
Cool.
And maybe there's some psychic mediums out there that really could use some guidance. I know you're pretty full packed, but the way we're going, we're going to have to look at opening up some more options because
I'm feeling really grateful for that. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's the other thing. I always do training. I never stop my training. I never stop going, I go to retreats to sharpen my tools, because if I don't sharpen my tools, then why am I doing it?
Yeah.
So I do mentoring as well. So it's really important to sharpen tools, because if we don't have our tools sharpened, we don't keep moving and evolving and growing. So that's the main thing for me. That's why I teach.
So how can people find you?
So I'm on Instagram, so Jordie_Janes_medium, Facebook, Jordie Janes Psychic Medium. I've got my website, jordiejanes.com.au. I'm hoping to move courses into there.
Yes.
So
I might have to help you through that process.
Yes, yes. I just have to get off my butt to do it. But yeah, so that's where you can find me. Yeah.
And if students are interested in this development circle that we've created at Healing Tree Hub, we do have a waiting list.
Yes, we do.
So it's worth reaching out because maybe we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
I'm actually looking at doing an online one. There's things in the works.
Reach out and we can lead you in the right direction. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoy, I love chatting about this stuff. Like I could chat about it for ages. If I can get out of doing other stuff and just chat about the work, then that's me.
And it sounds like you've got some more work to do.
Yeah.
Because the cameraman has possibly got someone wanting to speak to him.
And it's funny because they're showing me which one it is. So let's see if it works. If it doesn't, then that's fine. You probably won't see this on Instagram.
We'll keep that one private.
We'll keep it private. So that's if they're open to it. That's the thing. Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
May not.
We better wrap this up.
I'm so sorry.
Was that a non-negotiable?
I've got a funny feeling it might be.
Thanks, Jordie. Have the best time. Thanks again. And I can't wait for number 3 episode for us eventually.
Yes, eventually. All right. Thank you. Bye.
What an insanely crazy episode that was. I just had to jump on after the fact just to let you know what exactly happened when the cameras weren't rolling. We actually had the privilege of being able to share the message and the reading with the cameraman. So a massive thank you to them. I'll leave the names out for privacy reasons. For privacy reasons, we didn't include the reading just because we wanted to be respectful in that process. But basically, I did want to give you a bit of an overview because you were probably wondering what happened. And basically what happened was Jordie was able to receive such detailed information. It literally blew our cameraman away. She not only got the names right, she got how the gentleman had passed away. And it was a really rare disease, a really rare thing that just blew us all away. A message to the grandson, who was the cameraman, that he was so proud of the direction he was going in career, and there was just no way we could have guessed that either. Jordie had details that were just absolutely impossible to be able to access. So, and as much as I would have loved to have put the content on, because of the respect and how sensitive this information is, we didn't actually get any permission for that. So I wanted to really be just really, really broad on this, but also let you know that I am just mind blown. This is the thing about this, well, I don't want to say industry, but this amazing career Jordie and I have. We get to get excited every single time. Every single day we're blown away by some of the things that hit, and it never gets old, which is really, really cool. And while I'm here, I always forget to say this in my podcast, but please, if you are enjoying this podcast, if you are getting something really great out of it, please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And also subscribe if you're watching on any other platform. It really helps me understand that you're enjoying this content, and it really gives me an idea of what to do more of. And if you have any suggestions about what you'd like to see in the coming episodes, please just let me know. Thanks very much. Bye.